Hillary. Welcome to Teaching Moments. Today, I thought I'd give you some back-to-school thoughts on dyslexia and other learning issues. So first, let me give you some background of myself. I am a homeschooling mother of 4 kids, ages 8 through 17. When we first started homeschooling, I did so for faith-based reasons. But now that I realize all 4 of my kids have dyslexia, I'm really glad that we're homeschooling because I can give my kids the one-on-one attention that they need, and I could also give them the accommodations that they need. So my passion and reason, one of the reasons for having this YouTube channel is because I love helping other homeschool parents to homeschool their kids or come up with ideas. And I wanted to pass along some of those ideas and tips to you. But along my journey, I also gained a passion and a compassion for parents who have kids that are struggling learners, not just dyslexic, but struggling learners, because I know how that is, and it's so hard to see your kids struggle and not know what to do about it. And you know that they need to learn, and sometimes you just get to your wits' end. So I have such a heart for you guys, you parents that have kids with dyslexia or other learning issues. So I want to pass along my experiences and be of any help that I can to you guys. And then along with it, going to different group settings to learn about dyslexia. I have been in groups with parents and teachers, and I'm finding that there are a lot of really kind, nice teachers who truly care about their students, and they also want to help their struggling students. So I also want to help any parent or teachers that I can possibly help as well, and give any inspiration or ideas, or even if I just give you a resource that can help you help your students, that would be wonderful. So those are the things that I love to do, and that's why I'm doing this. So my first thought today on back to school with dyslexia is know the signs of dyslexia. Be able to identify it in your children or in the students that you teach. There are some great resources out there for learning about dyslexia. I will put a page of resources at the end of this video, and also hopefully I'll remember to put some of the links down below this video. But you can go to Susan Barton has Barton Reading and Spelling. She also has Bright Solutions for Dyslexia. There she tells about the symptoms, what to do about it. She gives homeschool advice for homeschoolers. She gives advice for IEP meetings, and there's a lot of really great information. I would highly suggest going to her. Also, there is the International Dyslexia Association. There's Decoding Dyslexia. Every state has one. There's also understood.com. That is a really good resource, and that one talks not just about dyslexia, but also about dysgraphia, dyscalculia, ADD, ADHD. I think that one even talks about autism and some other learning and attention issues. So go check it out. Those are really good resources. So they will tell you the signs of dyslexia. Did you know that 1 in 5 people have dyslexia? 1 in 5, and they tend to run in families because dyslexia it happens when you're in utero. Actually, when your brain is forming, your brain forms just a certain way, and you end up having dyslexia. It's not something you can cure or ever get rid of. Someone who has dyslexia for their entire life. And just because you have dyslexia does not mean you're not smart. Actually, it's quite the contrary. Some of those dyslexic people are very, very smart. I say dyslexic people. To be honest with you, I've had a mild form of it before too. But as an adult, I've learned how to overcome it. And I've learned how to maneuver through the challenges. But yeah, so they are really smart. It's not that they're not intelligent. They are brilliant. There's some inventors and wonderful, well-known people, very successful people that have dyslexia. We need the dyslexic mind in our world. So they just, as children, need to be guided how to get through these challenges and obstacles. And so that brings me to my other point. Be your child's advocate. Speak up for them. They need you to speak up for them. So speak up and try to maneuver this world with them and guide them through this. Also, there's a statistic that 80 to 90% of the kids in public school who are tested to find out if they qualify for accommodations, they slip through the cracks and they do not qualify, even though they are a struggling learner. That is a really high number of 80 to 90%. It's unfortunate, but that's the statistic. So know how to, if that happens, learn about how to help them out, anyway. Parents, there's like blue overlays you can get to help them with their reading. There's so many great ideas out there on those websites. I'm not even going to try to list them all. Just go look at those, okay? So, but be your child's advocate. They really need you. And teachers, be the student's advocate. I know sometimes your guys' hands are tied because of the school system, but we could use you too. So, yes. I want to talk a little bit about testing your child for dyslexia. That's a big question I see in the on Facebook. There's a lot of different pages you can go to for parent support groups, like homeschooling with dyslexic children, or even just parents of dyslexic children. It's out there, look it up. But there's a lot of questions about whether you should get your child tested for dyslexia or not. I would say that depends on why. Why are you wanting them to be tested? If it's to find out if it's to prove to the school that they have dyslexia, or to find out if they can get some accommodations, to hand that to the school, and you think that that's going to get them the accommodations. I think most schools have their own test to find out if they qualify for accommodations. It is not the same test that you get for dyslexia. So my oldest daughter is 17, and she's gone through this getting tested for dyslexia. She's actually going to go to public school for 2 classes this next year. So we've been through the school testing as well, through the IEP meetings, through the accommodations. Thankfully, she was not one of those 80 to 90% that fell through the cracks. She is going to be getting accommodations for her classes, which I am so very pleased about. But so ask yourself, why am I wanting my child to get tested for dyslexia? If it's to hand that piece of paper to, and it's elementary school all the way through college, because I had talked to a community college here about her getting some high school credits there, and they said the same thing, that it's not that paper that they would need. It would be a different test that they would do to find out if she qualifies for accommodations. So save yourself hundreds of thousands of dollars if that's the only reason why you're going to do it. However, if you want to do it to see like the severity of their dyslexia, or see the breakdown of how their mind works, find out where their deficits are or where their giftings are, the test was very interesting when I looked at it and discovered those things about my daughter. So if you're doing it for that reason, absolutely go for it. So I would just say consider why you want to do it before spending the money on it. Also, my last thought is know your schooling options. Like, of course, there's public school, but there's also private schools. I found out last year that in this area there is a school specifically for dyslexic children. Like, all the students there have dyslexia. And so they teach all the subjects specifically for that, and they understand. So they're not going to get picked on because the kid sitting next to you has dyslexia. They all have dyslexia. So I just thought that was super cool. And so check and see if there is a school like that in your area. So there's private schools, there's tutors out there. Tutors can get expensive sometimes, but they are also worth it, depending on how many kids you have or what your family situation is. See if a tutor could be an option. And also there is homeschooling. So see if that is a possibility for your family. Again, in those Facebook pages that I'm on, there are many parents that just get tired of fighting with the schools and decide to bring their kids home, and they themselves stay home from work and teach their kids themselves. Some of them do it just up to a point to be able to get them and then send them back, and others just stay home. Just decide what is best for your family, and just know that there's options. You're not stuck where you are. Just take a look as a family at your options and what you want, and go from there. So I, again, will list the resources for you. I hope that you have found this helpful and encouraging. I know when I was entering this world of dyslexia and struggling learners, I was like, what do? I don't know what to do. And it was heartbreaking. just felt so lost and alone. So I hope that you will not feel lost and alone. There is help out there. There is people behind you. There is support. We can get through this together. So I wish you a wonderful school year, and I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching.